If you're a fan of championship belts, this is one of the channels to be at for sure, as I talk about wrestling belts a lot on this channel. Right there's a WWF official Winged Eagle Championship. And hey, over here we got the Undisputed Championship with the Hulk Hogan nameplate. But for today's video, we are talking about this yellow Intercontinental Championship. A friend of mine on the channel, friend of mine in real life, Ramundo Freeman, bought this belt from Great Custom Belts, had it made, and Ramundo sent it to me to check out and to review. So let's get started. All right, y'all, and here is the yellow Intercontinental title. This is on HD acid etched plates. You know, normally I review SD belts on this channel, but Ramundo was nice enough to send this to me the same way he did with his white Intercontinental title that was made by Pinfall title belts. This yellow one was made by Great Custom Belts. It is just a beautiful belt. I definitely feel the power of the warrior when I throw this belt over my shoulder. All right, in all seriousness, here is the Intercontinental title. Again, this was made by Great Custom Belts overseas in Pakistan. I've talked about them a lot on this channel. I like their work. I always have. Most of their belts are really good. There has been a few duds that have not been so good, especially that Jeff Hardy Immortal belt. That one was terrible. But most of their belts, I think, are good. That's just my opinion. I like the way their plates look. I think their prices are pretty good for, you know, $300 for a standard etched belt. I like the way their leather feels, especially compared to some other makers. And yeah, I was thrilled when Ramundo bought this belt, for one, because I was, you know, happy for one of my friends. But I was also, you know, in the back of my mind thinking, man, I really want to review that belt. I really want to see that belt up close. And he was kind enough to send me his HD Intercontinental title. They just pop a whole lot more, especially in photos and on video. I mean, in person, it definitely pops too, but I can definitely see the difference in quality comparing it to like other SD belts I have. So yeah, I like this a lot. So you have your WWF logo at the top. One thing I like is the straight cut above the WWF logo, where you can see Roman Reigns kind of peeking over the top of the WWF logo. I like the way that leather is cut with that straight cut going across the top of the leather. That looks really good. I like the way the leather is cut and shaped out. Paintwork looks really good. If you see any fingerprints, that's just me handling the belt, taking pictures with the belt before I ship this back to Ramundo. God dang, I am not sure how much he paid. I'm guessing. I didn't really ask him. You know, it's not really none of my business of what Ramundo paid a belt maker for a belt, or if they worked out any deal. But I'm assuming, I'm going to take a guess here, since these are HD plates, I'm going to guess that this was around probably $500 that Ramundo paid. I could be wrong, but I'm just guessing it's around that price for an HD belt from Great Custom Belts. And the reason I'm saying I'm guessing is because I don't order HD belts from Great Custom Belts. I stick with the standard SD belts that are about, you know, $280, $300, $350. That's usually what I stick with. Yellow strap, because when the Ultimate Warrior had the belt, it was on a yellow strap. It's your standard Midwest style tooling, angling the belt down a little bit so you can see some of the shadows in the leather work, so you can see the outline around the WWF Intercontinental plate. I think this would be cool that instead of it saying Intercontinental, it said Ultimate Warrior. I think that would be really cool. If you're going to get a yellow Intercontinental, man, I think that would be cool if that said Ultimate Warrior at the bottom. There's your standard Midwest style tooling. It does have a full gold belt tip. When I say full gold, it means there is two pieces holding it together with screws in the back, just kind of like your similar like WWE shop style replicas. Snaps appear to be okay. Like, they're not anything great. They're not super shiny. They're a little dirty. They could probably use cleaned up a little bit, but That's how most boat makers are these days. They kind of cheap out on snaps, if I'm just being honest. Got a RP over here in the center of the screen, indicating Reggie Parks, who is the designer of this Intercontinental title. We got a little RP in tribute of him. What do y'all think of the plate work? I think it looks really good. It reminds me a lot of the pinfall title belts, the way that it looks on pictures and video. And I'm just going to be honest, a little birdie is telling me that a lot of belt makers overseas in Pakistan get their HD plates from pinfall title belts. Again, I don't know if that's fact, but that's the rumor going around, is that some belt makers can't do their own HD plates, so they outsource to other people who can. So for all I know, these could be pinfall title belts, Rahil Ahmed HD plates. And Great Custom Belts could have bought the plates and then just put the plates on Great Custom Belts leather and sold it as a Great Custom Belt. I don't know. And your stamp at the end, and it does say Great Custom Belts. You can barely see it, but it is there in the yellow. It's just kind of hard to see. It'd be nice if that was stamped a little bit deeper where you could read it a lot easier. But it does in fact say Great Custom Belts. It's kind of like in a cursive style font, but it is there. Here's what the back of the belt looks like. And y'all probably already know what I'm going to say. First things first. It's nice to see a center bolt dead center supporting the main plate in the back of the leather. Nice to see that bolt there. Like I said, plain black backing. You do see a little bit of yellow paint from the border. One thing I want to mention is that this yellow Intercontinental has the black bars on the side. Some of you may have already noticed that, but the sides of the side plates are painted in black. As you can tell, there are some versions of the Intercontinental title did not have that, so I did want to point that out to some of you guys who may have saw that, or maybe even just missed it. It does have the black painted in along the sides right there. Again, it is stamped by Great Custom Belts. Kind of hard to see. That's why I busted out my flashlight there. That way you can see Great Custom Belts in the snap box right there at the very end. Beautiful Intercontinental title. Showing you guys the details with the flash on. That way you guys can really see some of the leather work. Pretty sure the Ultimate Warrior approves. I feel like if John Cena was alive in the 80s and he was the one who wrestled Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, that he would be the one to be this kind of guy to have a colored strap. He would be that guy to have a yellow Intercontinental title. So, in my opinion, giving this belt either a thumbs up or a thumbs down made by Great Custom Belts, I would give this belt a thumbs up. I think he did a good job on it. Now again, I don't know if he outsourced the plates or if he made them himself. Regardless, a lot of belt makers pretty much do the same crap anyway. They all outsource, get their plates made by other people, or get leather from somebody else. Regardless of how the whole thing is done, I don't care. I just do not care. As long as I, as a customer, get a really cool product, it doesn't matter at the end of the day who makes it behind the scenes. All that matters is that the customer gets what the customer ordered. And Raimundo got exactly what he expected, exactly what he wanted. An HD, acid-etched, yellow Intercontinental title. And brother, thank you for sending it to me to review, to look at it, to take some pictures with, to take some selfies with. I like this a lot, and I hope you're happy with it. So good job to Great Custom Belts for making a really cool yellow Intercontinental title.